Before we even get started with this guide, I just want to show you 3 rule of thumbs that I use when making these guides and figuring out what are the best positions for each of her utilities. For the turret, I want the turret to watch multiple angles. Once it triggers, I make sure to bait the turret before trying to swing and trying to get at least 1 or 2 picks. The same concept can be used for the alarm bot. Use it at a choke point that stops pushes before triggering the turret and then baiting the alarm bot for a possible pick. Now the grenade, I either use it to slow rushes or stop default plants, or I prefer to use it this way to control the movement of the enemy team when they push through choke points so that I can have an angle where I'm holding and they're simply moving towards me because they're running away from the grenade, and I can easily try to get a pick that way. Hopefully that clarifies the thought of what I do for these setups, and if this short explanation helps out, make sure to give your boy a like and click that big ass subscribe button down below. Let's get started. So let's take a look at the A-side turret spots that you want to use when you're playing KILLJOY on Haven A-side. The first one's going to be right here at just this hard right corner of the A ramp at A long. One's going to be right here on top of this box right over here, or right over here facing A short for 2 conditional setups. If you want to know, I'll make those videos in a later time, just know them now. And this one right here, and also this corner right here. The last thing that you can do is actually put it either on this right here, top of Haven, obviously, right here, or if you'd like, just behind this box right over here. Now, for your alarm bot, I usually like to place it on the left or the right side of the top ramp of A long, or just before they enter right over here. Also, just before they enter right here at A short, left or right, or even more aggressive, just right here, just before they peek this left and right corner of this archway right over here. Also, if you'd like, just in case, literally put it at the default plant spot, but again, I like to play a little bit more aggressive, but that's up to you. Now, I usually use my grenades in unison with where my alarm bot would be on the site, so again, either you place it right here on the left or right corner right over here, or you can place it right here also in the A short left or right corner, and as well right over here, a little bit more hidden, or even right here, a little bit more hidden, just on top right here. Also, again, the default plant spot just right here. Try to hide it right over here behind this box. There you go. And then maybe sometimes this is probably the 200,000 IQ plant, so you can maybe put it there if they ever try to plant it there. Now my general setup for the A site looks something like this. A turret that's going to be right up here on top of A short. This is going to watch A long and A short ramp. I'm going to put an alarm bot right over here just before they enter the site. I'm going to put a grenade right over here. Now another grenade can either go on this side, or if you simply want, stop a default plant right over here inside this box again. But sometimes I just want to hold it right over here, and I will actually be playing right behind sight. Now once one triggers, let's say the alarm bot triggers right over here, I immediately activate the grenade and hold this angle because I know that everybody's going to be going towards here or the site. Now again, if you worked in unison and you put this grenade here, you already know that they're going to be 100% rotating this way, or they're running all the way here. But you're also going to hear the turret kind of, trigger, and you're going to know that your enemy team is going to be either putting short or already on site. So you want to activate this as well to stop that push, and then worry about anybody that's already behind this box right on site. Again, they're going to be really low chip damage because of your grenade, or maybe even vulnerable from the alarm bot, so you should at least get 1 or 2 kills and trade back, or maybe even an ace if you're that crazy. Now, I don't usually play KILLJOY on B site, but if you ever have to, these are where you want to put your turrets. At the left and right corners right over here, or on top of the box. These are 2 obvious spots that you should already know, or play it at a little bit of an angle where they can really see where people are coming up the ramp right off of mid, right over here, or right over here across, again just before they come up and go to cubby, right over here, or a little bit tighter of an angle right over here. Now, like I just said, for the turret placements, B is not really the ideal place for you. Either play KILLJOY on C or A site, but here are alarm bots that you can use for the site just before they enter the site right over here, left or right side, but try to place it a little bit deeper so it's harder to kill the bot. Don't place it too close right over here, or you can even put it right here just below the heaven window right over here. just in case you don't trust your garage player, so you know that someone's going to be flanking you from this side. Again, one of the grenades should always work in unison with your alarm bot, so either put it right over here, or right over here, or if you want, just default plant spots here on these two sites. And again, if you're putting a garage, put it immediately right on there, so that when it triggers, you can immediately trigger that right after. The last thing is a little bit of a specific play, and you'll see this on my setups for my preferred setup. If I am playing B, you can throw that grenade on this third box or this third rock right here. Now my general setup for B looks something like this. That's going to hold a tight angle right on this corner right over here, and then I'm going to put a grenade right on this left side and right here in this corner right over here on this third or fourth stone right over here. Now I'm going to put an entrance alarm bot right here, and now I'm going to play this angle right over here. The first thing that's ever going to trigger is this turret. And once this turret triggers, you can either play aggressive by triggering this grenade right over here, so that you know that they're only going to be pushing towards you, or back down the ramp, because this whole thing is going to be covered with your molly. If you can see right over here, it's going to be fully covered all the way. Now if they do decide to push, you're going to know because you have an alarm bot, and that's when you push this grenade, and now they're going to be easily pushing towards you or away this way. That's a lot of chip damage already, and they're going to be slowed from the turret shots. So these are again 2 free kills just as they enter sight, and then again that's survival of the fittest after that one. For Seaside, again one of the 2 ideal sites where you want to play Killjoy. You should place your turret either right here, not at the hard corner, but a little bit here so that it can see garage, so anybody that's entering through that, or at this left or right corner depending on where you're looking, right over here just at the exit of the choke point. And you can even do it right here on top of this box right over here. Now what you can do also is play it garage right over here if you're trying to bait your turret, or just behind right here if anybody's going to try and push. Again, they're going to be looking 2 different sides. You peek as you're baiting your turret and try to get a kill. Now your alarm bot should go again just as they enter the choke point on C long right over here, at the deep corner right here, or at this corner, and even right here just before they cross you into this default plant site right over here. And again, if you're trying to help your garage player, you can either put it right here close to the door, or just as they enter the door right over here. Now the last thing we're going to look at for the Seaside before we look at the setups that I use for Seaside is again your grenades. Again, at the corner right over here in unison with your alarm bot, at default plants right over here, and maybe even right over here, deeper just by this line right over here. Also, if you're trying to help your teammate, just when the barrier comes down right over here, try to toss it at this corner, because this is the hardest spot to peek right over here. Again, you're not always going to be perfect, but try to get it at this corner right over here, or if you just can never land it, right over here. Now my general setup in Seaside is a bit more aggressive, making sure that the second they push through the choke point, I'm trying to get 1 or 2 kills. The turret is going to go right here, just right here at this bar as you can see, and you can put alarm bot right here at the exit of choke point, and a grenade on this right side specifically of the exit. Now the other one's just going to be to help your teammate. Again, try to put it at this corner or this corner right over here if you cannot make that throw off the bat on the barrier. Now the idea is you're going to be playing on this corner right over here. The second the alarm bot triggers, you activate this grenade and hold this angle right here. You know that they're going to be rotating towards you or onto site. Now if they are going onto site, you already know, because again this turret will start triggering and they're going to slow people. So take a pick right over here, and then make sure to hold an angle right over here, because you know that people are going to be rushing you or holding angles right over here. Again, now from there people are going to rotate from your team, and you're going to try to survive and get a few more kills, or at least hold a tight angle and try to get to survive right over there. That is going to do it for this Killjoy guide. Hopefully you found a setup that works for you depending on your play style. Try to mix and match, and always remember to adapt to how your enemy team is playing. Don't use the same setup to defend a site, since that's too predictable. Anyway, if you found this helpful in any way, go ahead and comment down below what you thought was most helpful, and go ahead and give me an idea of what you want to see next in terms of guide. While you're down there, make sure to give this video some love and click that like button, and you might as well subscribe. We're grinding for that 1K, boys. We're there soon, and that is all thanks to y'all. Lastly, again, I am now streaming on YouTube, so make sure to click that notification bell so you are aware when I will be streaming, since I set up a premiere a day before streaming. Thanks for the support. We're halfway to 700. I'll see you on next one. See ya.